My name is Mike, and I've been a member of St. Bernard's community for almost 30 years now, and during that time I've had the pleasure to be an usher, a reader, a Eucharistic minister. I've also helped out with the high school education program, and I guess I've been fortunate because of my career. I've also been able to MC some of the festivities we've had, including the church picnic for several years. I'm fortunate to have been married to a wonderful woman for 46 years. I have 3 adult children. I'm very proud of them. And I'm a proud grandpa of 7 great kids, known to some of them as Papa, others as Grandpa Treats. Either, it works out real well. As far as my purpose being here today is, I really just want to talk about being a part of our community that we call St. Bernard's and using what I feel are some of the gifts and talents God gave to me to make all our experiences a little bit brighter. I guess I've been blessed by God with some gifts in the field of communications. As a matter of fact, I had a career of 41 years in broadcasting, and I try to share that in my everyday life. And right here in our community at St. Bernard's, people have told me, they enjoy that smile that I'll give them, trying to make them laugh, make them feel more relaxed. And I guess that goes back to the thought I've had that this is a celebration of the Mass. At least since I was a kid, if you're celebrating something, you do it joyously. And so I try to make people feel relaxed, happy, glad to be here. So I think those are some of my talents. I also don't mind if people want to talk for a couple of minutes or so. I think I've made my living by being a communicator, and as a communicator, you don't only just talk, you listen. And I think that's a real gift, the ability and willingness to listen to people, to hear what's going on in their lives, be it a very positive event or maybe some stress or something negative that's occurred. Because we sometimes forget that things aren't always the best for people, and if they can just get it off their chest, share it with somebody, have someone to listen, that really is well worth it. And, I feel that's one of the strengths I have. I also was brought up with the fact that if there's something to be done and you have the ability, you do it. So that's kind of what I do as well. If you need someone to read, if you need an usher, if you need someone to distribute the Eucharist, those are the things I'll do. Outside the parish, I volunteer twice a week at St. Vincent, taking people to their procedures, and that's really when I first started to notice people that really were kind of stressed out about what's happening. And if I can lighten the load a little bit, I feel I'm acting through God to make this journey a little less difficult for them. Also do Meals on Wheels, where you realize people aren't as fortunate as you and they do need help, and that extra meal or that sandwich or milk or whatever can make a difference in their life. And again, it's a gift from God, and I can be the conduit to deliver that. I remember when I was younger and there was a hymn we sang at church, "They will know we are Christians by our love." Well, that certainly is an outward sign of love. And the other is, of the 2 most important commandments, love your neighbor as yourself. And we all want to be loved, we all want to be taken care of, but we know how we want to be treated. I think, that's another thing. You need, if you have those talents, to make that other person, feel better, try to, make them more comfortable, to make them see God, and God not only in you, but in themselves and the abilities they have. And I think those are important things, and those talents, as they say, shouldn't be under that basket. You should let your light shine, as I was taught when I was a kid. But when it comes to time and talent, we all have that. We all need to take advantage of it, because time in itself, as I'm getting older, you realize is priceless. So what a greater gift is that? What a greater reflection of God than giving the ultimate of what you can do, even if it's just a smile or a greeting. Those kind of things will make you feel good, but can really have an impact on that somebody else realize, next time I'm on that corner and that car didn't take off right away when the light turned green, I'm not going to push my horn at him. These kind of minor things make us better people, better Christians, and I think just better followers of Christ. Look into people's eyes. It is that real window to their soul. And just that smile you might have, or that kind word, or that dumb pun you've said, just to kind of ease the situation for them. The reactions they have shows that, yes, indeed, you do have that. And I think just trust in God. Each day I try to say, as I'm getting older again, is try to reflect on who I am and what I've accomplished that day or that week. And I kind of just, at the end of the day, then take a scorecard and look at it and say, you know, maybe that didn't go the way I wanted to do, or it wasn't as positive as I wanted to be, or I didn't do it as well as I wanted to do, but I have tomorrow, and I can do that as well. And I think as you do that, you grow in confidence, you grow in appreciation, and I think you find out yourself that this goes two ways. It brings you joy as well, and that joy spreads. And what a better way to tell the message of, of Jesus, because in my opinion, the Jesus I see is a guy that with the disciples, you don't think they told jokes? They didn't laugh? They didn't smile? I think we sometimes forget that. We maybe want to be too pious. Be yourself. It's the greatest gift you can give. Well, I think this Lenten season, first of all, starting here at our community at St. Bernard's, there's so many opportunities that you have. We talked about ushering, reading, singing, distributing communion. You've got the Knights of Columbus, the Rosary Society. These groups do things in which they're gathering dollars, and those are used not only in the church but throughout the community to enhance. So, those are good things to reflect on. There's so many volunteer aspects in this great city of ours and this whole community that you could certainly give some time to. Just spending some time maybe to give your kids a break and watching the grandkids, or helping a neighbor. This is still winter. You might be able to snow for them. COVID is still going on, making sure everybody is safe in your area. Those are all gifts. They don't take a lot of time, and they're all so many positive things. They're all ways to reflect the Christ that's in you to the rest of the community. And I certainly hope that you would take that time to reflect on who you are, what abilities you have, what you feel comfortable with maybe to start, but also maybe just go a little bit outside that comfort zone to remember that the person that is benefiting is your neighbor, and ultimately we are trying to love our neighbor like ourselves.